in the wild, I was about to say, with birds, I observe it out here because, you have any bird really, they're like this. Um, Flock birds, the ones that hang out in flocks, the chickens hang out in clutches and groups. They're just society of birds. They don't let illness go on for a long time. It just doesn't happen, first of all, because they're very delicate. And if any imbalance goes on with that individual bird, they either snap out of it within 3 days by way of resonating with the bird and the bird flock. It's weird. It's like they have to be with that bird flock and the healthiness of it. Otherwise, if they're set off on the side, it takes them a lot longer. You better watch out because the more off to the side they start acting, the more the other birds will start attacking it, and it's doomsday. That bird will be taken care of within days. It's dead, or within days it's dead. It just depends on how bad their imbalance is, what is causing it. But no matter what, it's dead within days. It's not ever going to be allowed to be a normal of a sickness that hangs in the air for the rest of the days, and that's just how it is there. No! How it is there is that you see soaring and flying birds, healthy and vibrant and going, and this analogy, I'm telling you, um, why isn't it applied? And it can be, and it would if it was a natural order of things going on with the human organism. Having said that, whoa. Do we have a lot of fucking like pecking order kind of thing to do, and I hate to sound like that. And see, I happen to think, see, this is part of the thing I've been looking at, and I hope this doesn't cut out on me. I've been looking at this kind of thing that it's like, no, it is happening, but we are human beings, we're not birds. And human beings do it differently, right? How does it happen? How does it work? How really does it work? Because yeah, and I say well, it depends on what you belong to. Like, are you belonging to the team that has a hookup to what will give them a real constitution, right? That's such a weird word, but we're really talking about a solid foundation, like the thing that they need to stand tall with, to stand sturdy with. That is now I'm coming to like with just the human beings. Like, can't we just lock down stable land and watershed a way to get fresh water, make it back to tasting sweet, how I know it does when it comes out of these mountains here? See, I live in this place where um, it's foreigners who hike around here and enjoy the place, not the locals. The locals, it's a madhouse. I imagine these fucking hikers that hike anywhere on the planet, and I know one personally. She's just like, I'm telling you, I have the hike around, I do this, and I do this for myself. Why don't these people do this for themselves? Why aren't there more of me out there walking around and taking care? See, they can take care of the trail. I mean, it's just a trail that they take care of, right? One person. But more and more people that get out there, they start taking care of the wilderness. And see, there's something on this planet, the Forest Service, more and more they try to tell you, well, don't go over here, and they do. They say, don't go over here because we don't want the yellow frog to get killed. Not as a joke, really, to say, did you ever consider where you were and walk as though that you were going to be affecting one of the residences here? And see, the answer is a fucking no, big time. We already know that there is so much industrial shit happening out there where just people walking on into the forest with their perfumes on or something will start to disorient you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's that kind of toxic going on, almost just about, yeah, it's ridiculous. And my last video I made is on the same night here. We just had an earthquake. And it's like, you know what? I think I know what's coming for some places. It happens. We've seen it in Turkey. We see these catastrophes happening. Well, I'm in Southern California next to a major, um, the San Andreas Fault is very worldwide, national known. But you see, it can happen that it happens. And see, the thing about that is, um, the survival game, if you've gotten your basics down, which is three things, do you have stable land? And to me, stable land is like it could mean that. I mean, why would you call it stable? I mean, it means that you can stay there free of somebody kicking you around about every single aspect of your fucking life. Like to the point where you didn't figure out that this is what it's about. Did you get your clean water in place? Um, this, I mean, see, this is something. See, if you, it only sounds like this if you're pulling out of holy fucking godless war, and you really are fighting for your survival. And I'm here to remind you, people who live completely obliviously drinking the tap water, that we are in a crisis, and this is in the middle. This is, and you need to stop. If Earth Gaia does not be clear to you about this. See, the thing is you people clearly are, even if something like that happened and you just convert it into the main narrative, which is highly oblivious. It's very oblivious. It still, see, it doesn't help with the purpose of any kind of divine intervention is to just bring your asses together, put your faculties together enough to where you're useful to yourself and then therefore others around you. It makes more sense to the kids in case they're watching. And I'm still a kid, believe me, I'm a kid, I'm here, going, really? See, not on my watch, not on my watch. We have an appointment to make, and that's with the Earth. The Earth is going to go like this. What are these? And we'll be like, well, you have fleas. Really, the human occupation has fleas, and they need to fucking take care of it. Um, yeah, otherwise they'll turn you into a flea. Now, having said that, what do I know? What can I do? What do I care? But that there's going to be because right now there isn't anything we can do about it, right? Like I said, Earth Gaia is going to continue with her way of awakening us, and her because she's waking up, and then when that happens, a natural order of things will continue to go on, but it's within the human species. And I'm happy to say that might be part of that. Uh, see what stands and helps at least. The main thing is to bring a psychological like to try to bring peace, to keep peace. My family's been up here since the 40s. Okay, we know about this place. We know we talk about the community that used to have that in between. We just knew why we were looking at each other. It's because we love this place. We love how quiet it can get, how so quiet and peaceful it gets in the daytime. But see, all of that has changed since 25 years ago. We have, the system is making sure to create this thrashing of back and forth. And see, right now, like half of you probably don't even, especially whoever is next door, doesn't know that that's the truth. You have handlers, psychological masterminds that engineer situations socially that even are um, being microclimatically managed by these engineers, that they can turn a rich, quaint little place into a fucking slum by first of all, it's your ignorance of not knowing, first off, right off, that you are to do quality control for your own life here. And, you go by the way that love works so that nobody's left out, you see, but they are shipping shit around. There's like, human trafficking. They talk about that. But what I'm talking about is the mass expanse of the era where it's so traumatic, but there's just mass genocide happening, and it's still happening. It's absolute control. Just who cares um, about culture? Let's keep a mow down and a control of the human organism. Now we're raising above into outer space because we noticed that there's organisms there, and there's or you could look at it as there's a white race, or a white type, and a yellow type, and a black type, and a red type, and a brown type, and then there's the mixy type. And is it supposed to be that type? Yeah, I think so, and why not? But the fact is, whether it's that or not, it doesn't matter. There is a reason profound as to why it's here, the experiment of what it's attempting as becoming awake. If it was to come awake to something, it has to come awake to its own belongings. And um, yeah, talk about the flea or the parasite that particular operations or process or um, organism might have, that is so dangerous to start uncovering it, because we're getting into interdimensional realities, and it's like, well, okay, but what am I supposed to do here? When you start to notice and you see, well, something's being fucked with, and it's really interesting. See, some people are um, too far along. Like what they said, there's something that somebody says here on post. You know how they'd say a saying and then they put a name under it. Stupid. It's like, if it's the truth, why you put a name under it? If it's going to resonate, if it is the truth, you don't need to put a name under it. I cut the names off just to protect their innocence. Wouldn't you? I mean, if it's more and more the truth that you get close to, it's like Christ Jesus over there. Why do you call it a Christ? Oh, it's because, no, it's Jesus Christ, Shauna. The word Christ, the name, that's a last name. It's a last name. You know how when people get married and you know about the Christs, right? What does it mean? Oh God, we can go on and on for this forever. And with something like me, it's like, well, tell us really. And why should we listen to you? You don't have to. Listen to your heart. Listen to yourself. Do you have anything that resonates? Do you follow any feeling within you that feels good? Like, do you ever figure out? Do you have a feeling? Let's start there. Or do you use part of the organism to be like your membrane or feeling, and it's really, really demented, because it's like, ooh, that one feels, let's somehow plug into it.